If you could describe the season finale of Game of Thrones in one word, how would you describe it?
Disappointing.
Have you shot your final scenes yet? And are you happy with how things ended?
Yeah.
She didn't say yes. You didn't say yes.
Best season ever! It's the best.
That was depressing. Very, very, very depressing. The leaks were real. The spoilers were real. It baffles me. Wow. Man, whatever. I am so disappointed. Now I understand why Kit Harington said that the ending was disappointed. I understand why Emilia Clarke doesn't seem to be very happy. But you know what? I understand what they're trying to do. But I just see bitter. I don't see sweet in there, you know. Of course, the Starks get to have their own ending, but, you know, Jon Snow, for instance, doesn't really have a very bittersweet ending, in my opinion. I mean, the only sweet part is this time he actually pat Ghost, and I think Ghost should actually give him the cold shoulder because he deserves. But anyways, these are my first impressions, right? I hated it. Right off the bat, I hated it, and that's nothing to do with the acting or the cinematography. Those were the plus A's, you know, like the whole scene with Dany and when we see a wing, I thought that was beautifully shot. The destruction around the city, also the shot in the throne room where, you know, Jon kills Dany. Wow, so honorable, Jon, good job. We all knew it was gonna happen anyways because they painted her as Hitler. Which is, it's still like, I cannot swallow. I cannot. It's just, it's very sad that a character went that way, that from 3 episodes ago, from now, this character is just a completely different character, you know. Now, she doesn't listen to counsel anymore, and now she's just a tyrant. Whatever. But anyway, so the scene begins where they're walking around the city, and there's all this horror, and Arya does not threaten to kill Dany, which I really like Arya, you know, I really like Arya. She just tells Jon that she is a threat to him, that Jon will always be a threat to her, but she doesn't say anything. She just say, I know a killer when I see one. Which is true because that's what they made her right now, you know, not only killer of bad people. And the funny thing is that Tyrion actually has a speech where he talks about all the you know, the bad people that he killed. And now they're just whatever. Nothing is going to convince me that she would just murder kids and be okay with it. That's not the same Dany. It's just not. I'm sorry. But whatever with this episode, I'm just so disappointing, and I feel so sad for myself because I really wanted to buy the DVD. I probably don't want to watch it again. If I ever go watch Game of Thrones, I want to see the best episodes earlier, but this was so bitter. I still have a sour taste in my mouth. It was terrible. But anyways, Dany kind of dies pretty early because, you know, Jon goes to talk to Tyrion. And then Tyrion pretty much says that, you know, you are a threat for her, blah, 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 and then bring the sisters, which is true because Sansa was the one that created this whole mess. Not created this whole mess, but we all know that Sansa did not keep her promise, and now we know why, because she wanted to be queen of the north. All she wanted. She was jealous of Dany. She wanted to be queen. Great job, Sansa. You know, I mean, it's great she liberated the North, but I don't care. By now, I don't care. Whatever, Sansa. Whatever. It was just like... And Bran is the king. What? I mean, he's useless the entire season. He's just been useless, you know. And now he just gets to see king. To me, it even seems like it's evil. And what was actually the point of Jon Snow even finding out that he's Aegon Targaryen? What's the point? I mean, why does Bran tells him that he needs to know the truth? Because ever since he knew the truth, it's what created the conflict between him and Dany, which also helped Dany get into her depression mode. So do you see how the character Dany was so sabotaged and like Bran was behind it all? Oh my god, this is such a sour ending. I hated it. Oh. You know, to me this is very evil because he knew all along about everything, and he even said that line, what do you think I came all this way for? Oh my God, this does not sound like Game of Thrones. It's so disappointing. I can't. But anyways, I'm not there yet. See, I'm all over the place because I was watching and I didn't even have emotions. I thought I was gonna cry, but I couldn't. I couldn't even cry. I was just like, they really did it, but whatever. So Dany finally gets to the Iron Throne, right? So she's there, and then Jon is now convinced that actually when he gets there, the way that he's talking to her, it really doesn't seem like that he decided he was gonna kill her. It was kind of the spur of the moment from what she was saying back to him. That's what it looked like. It was just, there's just something so wrong about it, you know, especially Jon being so honorable. This is not something that it would take a lot for him to do. But what did he say? Duty before love, whatever, it doesn't matter. So he stabs her, and it's just so sad for Dany. I feel so sad, and she completely believes him, you know, and trusts him. And to be betrayed like that is just the saddest thing. Of course, it seems like he's really very upset about it. I don't see anything romantic about it. Like, it was bitter. It was terrible, but nicely shot. The whole thing of Drogo coming back, I didn't really buy. It was so sad when he was just like moving her back. Oh, I can't. What a disappointing episode. My God, this is horrible. I feel so sad for Dany. I feel so sad for her character, you know. She deserved better. She really did. You know, you could tell, this is my real reaction here. This is how I feel. I feel kind of disgusted by that scene, to be honest. I was like, this is just so wrong. There's so many, they didn't even give her a chance. And you know what my biggest problem with this whole thing is that Jon doesn't have dialogue. Like, he doesn't have dialogue. When has he ever, you know, kind of, if he was there to actually give Dany counsel, she would listen to him, you know, obviously, because she loves him. But they didn't even give her a chance. And then later he kind of like, did I do the right thing? Well, no, you didn't. You know, you should have given him a chance. But of course, whatever, man, whatever. So then the scene that he kills her, it was very nicely shot, beautifully composed. Everything looks really beautiful. Drogo goes mad and melts the Iron Throne, whatever. I was like, burn him! Just because I wanted to see if he was fireproof, but he doesn't, and he just flies away with Dany. And when I read that on the spoilers, I thought that it sounded like fan fiction for me. They actually did it. Whatever. I'm pretty sure some people are gonna like it, especially people that don't like Dany. I just thought that they did her character really dirty, you know, like she went from the breaker of chains to the killer of kids and murder of, it doesn't make sense. It completely doesn't make sense the way that you know, they wanted to go full on crazy, but there was no time to do this kind of build up. Everything was rushed, and to me it felt that her character was very sabotaged. You know, they wrote everything they wrote just to sabotage her. Like, no one was there to help her. They killed Rhaego, and Bran could have warned them, but Bran couldn't care less because he wanted to be king. So it's just very, how can he be king if he's the three-eyed ravens? There's so many questions up in the air. Like, he would be more useful in the, you know, that place where all the maesters are, you know, because he's about history. Like, how can he be a good ruler? Because he can see the future, the past. That is so disappointing. At least Jon should have been king, you know. Whatever. So disappointing. Then what else happened in this damn stupid episode? Let's see. Well, Sansa pretty much asked Jon's forgiveness because, yes, she betrayed him. He seems to be fine with it. You know, he has accepted his destiny, which is going to the Night's Watch. And he even asked, is there a Night's Watch? Of course, the point of the Night's Watch now, they say it's not really for, you know, guarding the wall, but it's for the criminals or whatever, you know. I didn't care. So Jon goes to the Night's Watch, but then he doesn't really stay there in Castle Black and just goes north of the wall with Tormund, which is, what can be sweet about it? I mean, they're buddies, that's great, but it's still what he did is just, it's very wrong. I don't know. I don't see any sweet in this. I just think this is a disgrace. Thank God, I'm so disappointed. I think Arya had probably the best ending. Sailing, going somewhere free. She didn't really want any power. She was not playing any games. So I liked Arya the most of all the characters. And Tyrion, why would they let a prisoner open speech like that in a council? Did that make any sense to you? I mean, if he's a prisoner, you know? It doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense. But whatever, they let him to speech, and he is the one that kind of say should be Bran, and then everyone votes and everyone chooses that Bran should be the king. Wow. I think Tyrion also had kind of a good ending because he becomes hand of the king, and he's good at it. You can tell that he's good at it. So I'm fine with that. I think that Tyrion kind of had a good ending. But yeah, I just, Bran is there as well, along with Davos, and Brienne had a kind of like a bittersweet moment. That was kind of bittersweet. She just finished writing the pages for Jaime, where she talks about him going to fight the dead. So that was kind of bittersweet. Dany, poor Dany, there's nothing bittersweet there. It's just tragic and horrible. So then they imply in the council that she does break the wheel because there won't be, you know, Bran cannot have children. Man, whatever. This was so disappointing. This was so disappointing. I'm still kind of, I knew that Jon was going to do that to Dany, and that's why he's probably being so stupid the entire season, because they wanted her to be this big death. Everyone knew that this was going to happen anyways. It's not like, even if you probably didn't read the spoilers, I'm pretty sure a lot of people saw it coming, and it was a very nicely shot scene. I like how they reacted, you know. It was, but I didn't feel any emotional because I didn't buy it, you know. I didn't buy that he would do that so abruptly and not even give her a chance to reign, you know, and really do the things that she said she was gonna do. But again, after all the massacre in the city, there's no turning back there, you know. That's how they wrote the character. I hated it from last episode to this one. What a disgrace they did to Dany. But I feel very sad, disappointed. I think it would be even better if both of them died. That would probably be, I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I just, Bran is the king. The broken king, yes, that's what they call him. Guys, whatever. I just, like, I'm not feeling anger. I'm feeling disappointment. I don't feel happy. I don't feel like I want to go back and rewatch it. You know, it kind of killed my enjoyment for the show, which is sad. Like I said, I think nobody was expecting a happy ending, but at least a little more satisfying. I was not really satisfied with this. Sansa been plotting to be queen. Whatever, Sansa. But yes, guys, that's kind of my fresh reaction. It's not even scripted, or I'm just babbling here because this is really what I thought. It's just like, best season ever, like Emilia Clarke said. Ugh. That was not fun. Catch you guys later. Bye.